Why is rain portrayed as some sort of negative or depressing effect in shows and cartoons? Dunno, but I love rain. It's usually dark and moody, and it's like the sky is crying. Because it means it's overcast. The sun exposure gives you vitamin D, which is linked to happiness. Many northern countries that get less sun have higher rates of depression. So your body makes the connection biologically. It's not just television and movies. There are many old expressions that express the same idea. Into every life some rain must fall, don't rain on my parade, saving for a rainy day. There's a cloud on the horizon, every dark cloud has a silver lining. She's had a cloud hanging over her head. For weeks he has been living under a cloud of suspicion. Our friend's exchange student from New Mexico once told us how she used to love rainy weather because it was so calming and refreshing to walk in. Then she experienced a few months of Scandinavian autumn and it's dark, windy, cold rain, and changed her mind. I think it's more so the same as red equals anger, blood. Gray, cloudy skies equals depression, sadness. Blue skies, bright yellow sun equals happy. Just little things society has assigned with certain colors or events. Rather interesting, really. Animator here, it's more that we have a psychological attachment to all the things about rain that are useful. If I want to make a cartoon appear sad, there's less light so characters' colors become muted. They're usually plucky features and hair can now hang low due to water weight. It becomes easy to create hazards to show they're down on their luck. The cliched car splashing them with muddy water. The noise of rain drowns out the usually more happy ambient sounds and music. And if nothing else, it's easier to associate them with sadness because they have the water running down their face like tears. As someone with depression,
gray skies and less light not so subtly shove me into a depressive episode.
Or exacerbate one.
Winter is the worst, it's why I moved to the southern US.
Fuck winter and rain and clouds. Humans naturally feel the need to stay inside if the weather is bad. But the human brain isn't so good at working the way we want. So someone probably got depressed from staying inside because of rain and it spread. As someone who hates rain, I totally understand that kind of portrayal.
But more objectively,
when it rains the sky is usually gray-ish,
which is a gloomy color.
You can get wet.
And seeing a character dressed but soaking wet is not something we're necessarily used to, so it
indicates something isn't normal. The raindrop could remind of tears, etc., etc. Rain is also often used as a romantic pattern as well, though. Because rain is generally depressing, where sunshine is generally not.
Sunshine is good for your body.
When you live in a place where it's usually sunny, rain is celebrated. When you live in a place with a massive amount of precipitation, that lack of sunlight literally leads to depression. If you grew up celebrating rain,
I'm guessing that means rain was not a regular event. I live in the Pacific Northwest,
and I don't get people, especially locals, who don't enjoy rain. Sure, I don't want to garden in a storm, but I vastly prefer overcast skies and a drizzle to heat and blinding light. I get depressed in the summer. It's not about whether you like rain or not. I'm sure lots of people in the television industry love rain. It's more about the symbolism. Sort of like how roses represent love. Even if you don't like roses, you can still make the connection.
In this case,
sunshine represents happiness, brightness and yellow. Rain is the opposite of it. The sky turns gray. The falling water mimics tears. I love the rain, especially on tin roofs. I always thought it was because the cartoons are marketed towards children. One major component is that you're stuck inside. Also, it's further training to connect darkness with gloom. the same way being in the dark is usually scary due to being unknown. It's all a program.
Usually with an agenda.
I think it's a hack to help the actors. It's easier to act miserable when you are cold and miserable IRL. Also, overcast days produce a nice even natural lighting which is great for photography. There are practical reasons for production along with the gray equals depressing psych reasons.
Getting caught unprepared for the rain is usually seen as a negative.
It sounds like most people would prefer it to rain at night when we are sleeping during the week, and to be sunny and clear on the weekend when we want to get out and enjoy the weather. If we had our choices on the matter, I think if you had a specific example it would be easier to interrogate. Water means a lot of things to everyone, so it's extremely case-by-case specific what it represents. It can come in the form of light rain showers, which water crops, or massive hurricanes which destroys your home. And that's only water from the sky, not to mention water which is already on the ground. The sun is similar. It brings life but also death. People have a ton of value in the sun means to them at any one moment. If you're thinking of the typical troupe where everyone wears black and has a black umbrella, that is more like common film language which goes back super far in movies. It's a tool that tells you should be sad because it's been used in movies before.
Why did the original people have it raining?
Well, probably because they needed to convey darkness and cold visually.
A rainstorm is both of those things for a lot of people.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.